This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's Daily News Digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. A large crowd gathered at Yerevan's Vartnots airport yesterday evening to welcome Catholicos Karekin II, who was returning from a one-day visit to the United Arab Emirates, following calls for his removal voiced by Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan earlier this week. The airport reception was initiated by several opposition figures, including opposition's candidate for Prime Minister David Hambartsuman and former National Security Service Chief Artur Ovanesyan. Pashinyan recently accused the Catholicos of violating celibacy and called for his removal. He also proposed that the state should play a decisive role in the election of the Catholicos, with candidates undergoing background and integrity checks, and promised to provide evidence of Karekin II having a child, but only should the Catholicos deny it. Speaking briefly to reporters at the airport, instead of dismissing Pashinyan's allegations, the Catholicos made an appeal for national unity. Let us not allow actions or deeds that endanger our national security to take root in our lives. We believe that through joint efforts and by uniting our capacities, we can face all challenges, overcome difficulties, and shape a brighter future for ourselves and our children with optimism, hope, and faith, he said. The latest clash comes amid a broader deterioration of church-government relations. After Armenia's defeat in the 2020 war, church leaders openly urged Pashinyan to resign. Last year, Archbishop Bagrat Galstanyan led a nationwide protest movement, also demanding the Prime Minister's ouster. A coalition of more than 25 international civil society groups strongly condemned what it called retaliation by the Zangezur copper and molybdenum combine against 8 Armenian miners dismissed after leading a strike for better labor and environmental conditions in February. In a joint statement released yesterday, the organizations denounced the mine's legal action against the 8 workers, who now face a lawsuit demanding over $12 million in damages. A court has placed a lien on their properties as the case moves forward. The striking workers, who were fired in February after an 11-day walkout, had demanded improved safety protocols, health insurance, ecological protections, and salary raises. The strike, the first of its kind at the facility, temporarily halted the operations at the mine, Armenia's largest taxpayer and one of its biggest employers. This is a textbook example of using financial and legal pressure to silence dissent, the statement said. We are deeply alarmed by the scale of retaliation and the clear attempt to stigmatize lawful protest. ZCMC is 22% state-owned and plays a pivotal role in Armenia's economy. It is one of the world's leading molybdenum producers and employs around 4,600 people. The company reported daily losses of $1 million during the strike, although a compromise was eventually reached that included salary increases and benefits upgrades. The 8 workers identified as strike leaders were dismissed and have since filed a lawsuit seeking reinstatement. According to their legal team, the agreement between the mine's management and the strikers also included verbal assurances that no reprisals would be taken. The statement also criticized the involvement of ZCMC's in-house union and the National Union of Miners, both of which issued statements labeling the strike as sabotage and the workers' actions as illegal. These unions, the groups argued, cannot be considered independent and have effectively sided with the management. The mine is majority owned by entities linked to Russian businessman Roman Trotsenko, who is under US and EU sanctions. The company has yet to comment publicly on the case, same as the Armenian government. Our guest for an interview this week is Dr. Robert English, the Director of Central European Studies at the University of Southern California. Speaking with CivilNet, he evaluates the state of Armenia's foreign policy as the country navigates a complex geopolitical environment, caught between a declining Russia and a cautious West. He emphasizes the importance of a patient approach, warning that provoking Moscow could carry serious risks. According to Dr. English, over time Armenia will be better positioned to shed its current constraints and move forward with a more independent and prosperous future. Follow the link below for the full interview. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 3. That's because the 3rd annual open-air ballet festival is now underway in Yerevan's Tumanen Park. The festival began last Friday and will culminate this Friday, June the 13th. It features 3 distinguished ballet companies, Moscow's Bolshoi Theatre, St. Petersburg's Mariinsky Theatre, and Armenia's own Spendiaryan National Opera and Ballet. In addition to their regular repertoire, the Russians have prepared pieces from Armenian ballet classics, such as the iconic saber dance from Aram Hachaturanskaya. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.